This is one of the most challenging type of questions that you can have in IGCSE chemistry from the moles chapter. And this question has been taken from May June 2025 paper 21, question number 9. So this is a question that is related to moles chapter, also known as stoichiometry. Okay, so let's take a look. Calcium carbonate reacts with dilute hydrochloric acid. The equation for the reaction is shown. All right. So we know that calcium carbonate reacts with hydrochloric acid and the products are salt, which is calcium chloride, plus water, plus carbon dioxide. 1 gram of calcium carbonate is added to 50 cubic centimeter of 0.05 mole per cubic decimeter hydrochloric acid. Okay. Which volume of carbon dioxide is made in this reaction? So this is the question, okay, and this is the piece of information that is given to you. So here we know the mass of calcium carbonate, here we know the volume of HCl, and here we know the concentration of HCl. Now, first and foremost, what makes this question so difficult or challenging? I won't say difficult, but I would say challenging because it literally challenges you, because this is this question is just of 1 mark, right? You know that all the questions in MCQs are 1 mark question. But if the same question were to appear in your theory exam, this would have been easily for 3 or 4 marks. Okay, easily this would have been for 3 or 4 marks because of the number of steps that are involved. Now, first and foremost, you need to identify whenever you read a question that to which part of the chapter is this question related to, because you study so many formulas throughout this chapter. Okay, so you need to recall that which formula is going to be more applicable over here. Now if I look over here, we know that there is only one formula that is related to mass, that is N is equal to mass upon mR. Okay, where mass, here we use the mass of the substance, okay, and mR is the relative molecular mass of that substance, and N represents the moles. On the other hand, we can see that we have concentration and volume of an acid, so here we use the formula N is equal to CV. Now this is a question that is related to the concept of limiting and excess reactants. Now, you might say that, okay, there has been no reference in the question that this question is related to this topic. How can I say that for sure? The point is, or the main idea, how you can recognize, or the hint, I would say, is that whenever you have information given, okay, pay attention to this, it is very important. Okay, because you can see in the question, this word and this word, limiting and excess, they both do not appear in this question, so it won't give away that this question is related to this topic. So how are you going to identify that? Number one, whenever you have a normal question, okay, by normal I mean any question other than this, usually you do not have information given for both the reactants, you have information for only one reactant. Okay, what type of information I'm talking about? And information that is going to help you to calculate the mole of that substance. Okay, now let me first work out a few steps, then you will be able to understand more clearly. So here I know the mass of calcium carbonate, which is 1 gram, so let me calculate the number of moles. So that will be my step one, to calculate the mass of calcium carbonate. And for this purpose, I'm going to change the formula so that this becomes mass equals number of moles. Sorry, my bad. We need to calculate moles of calcium carbonate. The mass is already given. We need to calculate the moles of calcium carbonate. So that will be N equals mass upon mR. Okay. Now mass is going to be 1 gram, that is given to you. And the mR that we can calculate, we have calcium, we have 1 atom of calcium, so that will be 1 times the AR value of calcium, which is 40. You get this value from the periodic table. Okay, plus you have 1 carbon, so that will be 1 times 12. Then you have 3 oxygen, so that would be 3 times 16. Okay, so when you add them up, this gives us 40 plus 12, that's 52, plus 48, so that would be 100. Okay, so therefore this will be 0.01 moles. Step number 2 will be to calculate the moles of my second reactant, which is hydrochloric acid, and that is N is equal to Cv. Okay, we know the concentration of HCl, that is 0.05. The volume is given as 50 cubic centimeter. Now we know that from in our formula the concentration is in cubic decimeter, however the volume is in cubic centimeter. The units must be consistent. Therefore, in order to convert 50 cubic centimeter, I'm going to divide this by 1000, because the conversion factor is that 1 cubic decimeter is equal to 1000 cubic centimeter. Okay, so let me work this out. 0.05 times, so we can cancel this 0, right? So that will be 5 over 100, which is again 0.05. So that gives us 0.0025, or if you're looking from a calculator, you would get in standard form 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 3 moles. Okay, now do you see that how easy was it to calculate the moles of calcium carbonate and moles of HCl? I did not require to use any of the values from the others, right? Like for example, I can calculate the moles of calcium carbonate standalone, okay, from its information, which was mass, and I can calculate the moles of HCl standalone from its information. This usually does not happen. Usually, what the question is that they give you information about one reactant only, then using the concept of mole ratio, we calculate the moles of the other reactant. Okay, so this is the hint. Whenever you have a question where you are able to calculate the moles of both of your reactants, okay, without the need to take mole ratio, that question is about limiting and excess reactant. Okay, now how does that apply to our question? Here we need to find out what is the volume of carbon dioxide made, right? That means for the volume of gas, the formula that we use is V equals to 24N, but this one is when we have to calculate the volume in cubic decimeter. And as you can see from the options, the volume is given in cubic centimeter. So using the same conversion factor, we just multiply 1000 to 24. So my formula will be slightly modified, and it is going to be V equals 24,000 N, where N is the moles of CO2. That means in order to find out the volume of CO2, I first need to find out what are the moles of CO2. And in order to find the moles of CO2, I have to take the mole ratio of any one of the reactants. Now the problem is that you can only take the moles of limiting reactant, not the excess reactant. Okay. So now there's the problem that how you're going to identify which one is limiting reactant, which one is excess reactant. Okay. That's where this becomes a bit more challenging. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take calcium carbonate, both of my reactants, okay, calcium carbonate ratio HCl. Then I'm going to write down the mole ratio from the equation. Okay, so this is 1 and this is 2. So this is 1 ratio 2. Now, what you can do is there are two ways that you can approach this question. You can either fix the mole of calcium carbonate, okay, and then find out what is the mole for HCl. Okay, and then whatever value you're going to get, you're going to compare this with this value. Okay, that is step number 1. Okay, step number 2 is that what you can do is you can fix the moles of HCl. What do I mean by fixing the moles? You can take one of these values. So let's say that I take the value of HCl that we just worked out. So I'm using 0.025, sorry, 0.0025. Okay, and I'm making this unknown, even though I know this, but this I'm going to leave for comparison. Okay, and you'll see in a while what I mean by that. So first, what we're going to do is we'll cross multiply them. Okay, so this becomes 2x is equal to 0.0025, x is equal to 0.0025 divided by 2, and that makes it 0.00125. Okay, what did we just work out? Okay, what we worked out is that we have a ratio of 1 to 2. That means 1 mole of calcium carbonate requires 2 moles of HCl. So if I have these many moles, 0.0025 moles of HCl, how many moles of calcium carbonate are actually needed? Okay, so what I just worked out is that these are the moles of calcium carbonate needed. Okay, but in reality, how much did we add during the experiment? Let's take a look. We added 0.01 moles of sodium hydroxide, calcium carbonate. Okay, we added these many moles of calcium carbonate. Is this value a greater value or a lesser value? Let's see. This is 0.01. So moles of calcium carbonate added is 0.0100, right? So you can compare and see that this is actually a greater value. Okay, this is a greater value that tells you that this is going to be in excess. Okay, so calcium carbonate is in excess, therefore HCl is the limiting reactant. Got it? That was my step number 3, where we identify which one is the limiting reactant. Okay, we can also do the other way around, that you fix HCl, you fix calcium carbonate, you'll be using 0.01, and here you're going to place X, and when you work it out, then you will get a different value. Okay, this value is going to be a greater value. You're going to realize that the moles of HCl needed are actually more. Okay, but what we added was actually less. So therefore, this is going to be a limiting reactant. Okay, now that once we have established that HCl is the limiting reactant, I'm going to now use the ratio of HCl to find out the moles of carbon dioxide. So here we had 2. What do we have on CO2? We have 1 over here. So this is a 2 to 1 ratio. Okay, 2 to 1 ratio. Now, which mole of HCl am I supposed to use? The one that was the original one. Okay, the one which was in the experiment. This one. Okay, so this will be 0.0025, 0.0025, and this will be X. Cross multiply, so you get 0.0025. When you divide both sides, you will get 0.00125 moles. Okay, now these are the moles of CO2. Now remember the formula that we use for volume of gas, that was 24,000 N. So that is going to be 24,000 multiplied by 0.00125, and let me grab my calculator. So we have 24,000 times 0.00125, that gives us 30 cubic centimeter. Let's look at the options. So that will be option A. Okay, so I hope that this video was helpful in making you understand how do we deal with this type of question, because this is one of those type of questions with which students struggle quite a lot because they don't understand the underlying concept behind it. Okay, so just to clarify one more time, that how do we recognize the limiting and excess reactant? You must see that if you have complete information given for both the reactants. What do we mean by complete information? That you are able to calculate their moles without the involvement of another. You can stand alone, you can calculate their moles completely. Okay, whenever this type of situation arises, so that means this is a question of limiting and excess reactant. Okay, so if you want me to make more videos like these, okay, so you can comment below. And also to just to announce that I'm also starting a crash course in June 2026. Okay, that crash course is going to be relevant for October November 2026 students. And on the other hand, I'm also starting a batch in mid-June. That will be for those students who will be just starting chemistry, who just want to start from scratch, from zero, and most likely they're going to appear in October, November 2027. So if you want to register or you need some more information, then you can inbox me for details. All right, take care.